You know, I have been over backwards to be good to people. I mean, bent over backwards. And they still put me down. And they still manufacture things that they spread around that's not true. I am a good person. I spend my days with the Lord. I walk with the Lord. And I'm sorry if people don't understand that. If I see somebody that needs help and it's in my ability and my willpower to help them, I'm going to help them. Why do people think I'm not trying to act better than anybody? I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not doing anything wrong. I got so many notebooks in here that I work on every day. And every time that I see something or every time he tells me something, I write it down because I know there's no use in telling any of you because you'll mock it. The only thing that's made me laugh today, was listening to Mr. Musk talking about sticking a fork in a power outlet. It reminds me of as a child. I decided I was going to help my mother clean the house. And I took the curtains down. And it was those old curtain rods. And I was young and stupid and naive, and still am in some places. And I wanted to change the light bulb first. It was old school light bulbs, take it out. I wanted a different kind. I wanted one kind of, that you could turn on 3 different ways, You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, when I jerked the curtain rod down, the end of it went up in the socket, and it held me for a minute. The whole curtain rod turned black, and so did my hands. And then 2 days later, it seemed like I was drawing electricity. All through my life, like the screwdriver with the spark plug on a running lawnmower, barefoot, wanting to cut grass, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my lawnmower, and I stuck. So I said, "There's a problem. The lawnmower's running." I stick the screwdriver to the spark plug, and he goes, "Yeah." I mean, it flew across the yard, and it took me a year to find it, and it was stuck halfway in a tree, and it's still stuck halfway in that tree. And I moved from there since then. But if anybody had been standing there, it went right through them. Or washing down the kitchen cupboard and not knowing there was a shortage in the plug where I had the coffee pot in, and I got just a little bit too close to that shortage with the wet rag, and boy, that fired me up. And it reminded me of a lot of things. Letting the... Never mind, I'll stop there. Anyway, don't ever, let one side of battery cables be near your feet when you touch the other side together accidentally. Hey, yeah, okay. That's all I got to say about that. But that was a good laugh. Thank you, Mr. Musk. I needed that. I got a lot of people that I consider friends is in the hospital, and I have outdone myself ragged this week. I still got one I got to go see, but he's in between finding medicine to help him so that he can breathe, and ICU, and I'm not his family, so I can't get in to see him. And the only thing I can do, I can see him from here, And he wanted to know how come I wouldn't see him. But he couldn't talk long enough for me to explain to him why. And that's the hardest thing you'll ever have to go through right there for me. Because I love people. I just don't understand why so many have something against me. God got him the message. The Holy Spirit gave him the message. He knows. I constantly call the nurse's station and the doctors, and that's as close as I can get to him right now. And he's an elderly man. But I don't want him to think that he's alone in this world. I don't want anybody to think that they're alone in this world. Because believe me, I know what it feels like. And I don't want anybody else to feel it. Ever. Nobody's ever alone. Until I met the Holy Spirit, I felt like I was. Nobody's ever alone. All you gotta do is just reach for him. He's right there. He'll be right there for you.